I don't know about you guys, but I don't really have anything planned for Valentine's Day, which means I have more time to answer all your questions. So it's another question day video! Rachel asks... Rachel! Who was your first ever Valentine? Phoebe Lou, 3rd grade. She was really good at math and laughed a lot whenever I would run into things, which I would do all the time just to hear her laugh. And even though I was in 3rd grade, I wanted to marry her because I heard about taxes and they sounded scary, and I wanted to marry someone who was good at math so she could do all the math and I would just fall around the house making her laugh all the time. But then she moved in 4th grade to a different state, so that never happened. Oh well. Zinc Impact asks, worst Valentine's Day ever? Oh, it's Aiden, my cousin Aiden. Worst Valentine's Day ever, junior year of college. I just could not beat that level of Dead Space 2 with the elevators and you're trying to kill all the necromorphs, and it just never worked out for me. That was the worst Valentine's Day I've ever had. Danielle Villano asks, if you could create the ultimate candy for Valentine's Day, what would it be? What would it represent? Candy corn mixed with Snickers. And it would represent how two things that are so tasty can get together and maybe create something tastier. I wanted that to sound more romantic, but it just ended up sounding wrong. Stella Benezra asks, how do you make sure you live your life by the motto, gender roles, psh, spoken famously by Judy Garland Dam, which is where we went camping together. I'll answer that question with a story. Yesterday at RealWorks, one of the kids there asked me, do you think you're masculine? And I said, yeah. And they're like, why? And I said, well, being masculine means having the courage and the confidence to be comfortable with whoever you want to be. And I am that. Eric Prescott asks, what advice can you give single people for Friday? Go out and meet people, or maybe just keep going about your life as if Valentine's Day didn't exist? You should probably just own the fact that you're single. I mean, you don't have to be in a relationship at every point in your life. Sometimes you're just not ready for it, so you should focus on yourself, because the only way you could function with another person is if you yourself are comfortable with yourself. But, you know, until then, just keep... That was me rolling dice in a Dungeons and Dragons game. So I asked for questions about romance and robots. You guys overwhelmingly kind of put the two together, which I was not really expecting, but I'm kind of enjoying. And Liberator asks, are you in love with or are romancing a robot? Hey, how's it going? Do you want to, you know, get binary together? Never. Apparently not. Ethan Whitehead asks, your favorite evil robot? Me! Emily Batista asks, do you believe in love at first glance? I believe what happens at first glance is kind of like a teaser trailer. I don't really think love happens until you get to know the person. BJ Love says, yeah, that's his real name by the way, say I'm having sex with a robot, hypothetically, of course, and I finish. Again, this is a hypothetical, way before the robot is even close to. I don't know, finishing her software upgrade. Does this mean I still love my old robot girlfriend? I mean my real girlfriend? No, I don't think that's the case. I think it's just your computer needs more RAM. Oh! Kenda's episode asks a two-part question. How do you know you're over a person? And any tricks for getting over the sadness of a breakup? What are your steps? What should others do? So there's always a moment post-breakup when you will finally understand that you are a fantastic person and you have everything to gain from being on your own for now. And the steps to get to there is the process I call going grizzly, which is I don't shave, I find new TV shows I haven't watched with my previous girlfriend, I find new music that doesn't have memories attached to them, I find new movies, I hang out with friends all the time, and I fixate on one person who in the future could be my mountain. And that means when I cross the grassy patch field filled with landmines and other emotional turmoils and things, and once I fully get over my past person, this is the person that I would like to pursue, and this is the person I would like to be with. And that's your mountain. And once you're ready, when you're done, and you're truly over a person, you can try and go for the mountain. And Miles Ordonia asks, do you think love becomes easier or harder as we get older? I think it becomes harder, but I don't necessarily think that's a problem. Typically when you're younger, you see love as this thing from the movies where everything just falls into place, locks, and you're good, and you're done, and you don't have to do anything for it. But when you get older, you realize the truth of it is relationships and love take a lot of work. But it's not the kind of work that's boring like a midterm essay. It's the kind of work that you want to do, because when you do it and you find the person you want to work on that relationship with, you know it's got to be worth something. Now that I'm older, I think love isn't just running into the wall to make the person laugh. Love is taking that person's hand and jumping over the wall because you want to be with this person, because they matter to you, and you'll do anything to make sure this relationship is okay. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.